Namaste to all of you. A very warm welcome to this evening's program. Friends, as you're all part of this amazing journey that we in Pragna Bharati had for the past 3 months, this week especially we have been focusing on issues which are very close to our neighborhood. Um, uh, we had amongst us a couple of days back a Baluchi nationalist. Today we have a Sindhi nationalist, and a couple of days from now we're going to have somebody from the Pashtun Tahaffuz movement, PTM. As you're all aware, Pragna Bharati has been focusing on not just the issues directly which are affecting our nation internally, but we are also talking about the greatness of the Akhand Bharat, the extended great glorious Bharat. As part of it, Sindh, Balochistan, the Pashtun areas. And of course, we had a couple of activists coming from the POJK as well. We had Mirzaji from POJK, and we had Senghe Hasnain Sering from, Gilgit-Baltistan. And of course, we had Nidhi and Alokji also speaking about that area. Hopefully, next week, we're going to see somebody from Tibet also. Hopefully from there, Tibet government in exile, somebody is likely to come. I think it is important that we extend our consciousness beyond our current legal borders and understand that we are a civilization. We can have multiple legal entities, but we are a civilization. So keeping that in view, we thought we'll continue with our series of talks with our extended neighborhood. And friends, today we have Zafar Sahito with us. Before I let him speak, it's mandatory that I speak a couple of minutes about Pragna Bharati to especially those people who have joined in for the first time. Friends, Pragna Bharati is an intellectual forum which was founded about 28 years back by 5 eminent intellectuals, essentially to create a nationalistic narrative as opposed to narratives which are completely, lobby driven or motivated against the national ethos. So Dr. Hanuman Chaudhary ji, who was with us on June 25th, speaking about the emergency days, he's our chairman. He's a Padma Shri awardee. And then Ram Madhav ji, who is now currently the General Secretary of BJP at the national level. B.S. Sharma ji, who is a pharmaceutical professional, and also 2 more people who are no more with us, Vakati Panduranga Rao ji and Harihara Sharma ji. All these 5 people came together to form this first signatories to this particular organization called Pragna Bharati. So Pragna Bharati is focused on bringing this nationalistic narrative among intellectuals and to pick and nurture people who can dwell into the glory of Bharat and then motivate the community, motivate the nation, motivate the people around them in terms of looking at things from a nationalistic perspective. We conduct a lot of seminars, conferences, and workshops to achieve this particular objective. But friends, a lot of people who have passed through our organization are in very senior positions now. Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji was once an office bearer of Pragna Bharati. She is now currently the Finance Minister of India. Friends, we run a monthly English magazine by the name Bharatiya Pragna. Please do subscribe to that. It contains a lot of articles which are not otherwise available in your mainstream media or in the publications you see on the newsstands. Then also I request all of you to kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Twitter handle, Pragna Bharati, and then also to our Facebook page as well, so that we can get connected. And all the content that we have generated in the last few months or even before that is available on our social media. So this will also help us understand you, what is it that we can do collectively. If you have some ideas, you can connect with us. Thanks to these calls, a lot of people have been calling us and expressing their desire to be part of the movement. And they came up with a lot of ideas. Definitely in days to come, we shall take up some of the suggestions given by you. Please do write to us through our email ID that is also shared along with the notification for this call. Friends, Zafar Sahito ji is a Sindhi born in Pakistan. He's an engineer by qualification. He worked in Sindh, Pakistan. He grew up there before he migrated. He went to the Gulf region, to Dubai and other places, where he worked for some time and had his own businesses. Then he became an activist of the Sindh movement for Sindh Independence movement, or breaking away from Pakistan. After he became an activist, when he went back to Pakistan, they tried to arrest him, they tried to persecute him, and somehow he managed to escape from Sindh to Gulf. But then again, the Pakistani ISI tried to reach him up even in the Gulf countries as well. So he had to flee even from the Gulf region as well and seek asylum in the USA. Currently, he is staying in the USA. He is an engineer, but then he, just for his living, he actually now, sadly, he actually, drives taxi. It doesn't matter for him. That's just a way of earning his bread. But then he is very proud Sindhi, and he's been an activist. He's been fighting for the cause of Sindh, irrespective of losing his jobs, his businesses. He is still fighting his cause, and we are really proud of him for what he's doing. Recently, he had run a campaign along with his other Sindhi friends to bring out the glory of Raja Dahir Sen. Raja Dahir Sen is our hero, was a theme with which he and his colleagues started running a campaign on the social media. As you're all aware, Raja Dahir Sen was the first Hindu king to lose to Muhammad bin Qasim, which opened up floodgates of Islamic invasion into India. So Raja Dahir Sen was a king ruling in the Sindh area, and his history is a very glorious history, which we as Indians probably have all forgotten. And it is heartening to see that Sindhis are now reviving his glory and remembering his past. And instead of how Pakistani state is glorifying Abdalis and Muhammad bin Qasims, the Sindhi movement is glorifying Raja Dahir Sen, irrespective of the fact that they could be Muslims. This is something which is very important, and Pragna Bharati respects that, and we are here to support their cause. Zafar Sahito ji also did a joint webinar along with Pushpendra Kulashrestha ji just a few days back. So that is just to give you a perspective of the person that you have in front of us, Zahir Sahito. But let's understand that you would have seen the pattern. A lot of these people who are fighting for Balochistan, Sindh, or for that matter even POJK, they are all brought up in the education curriculum of Pakistan, which does not teach them the true history. So we cannot expect them to be talking about the history as probably we may want to know it. Similarly, their language also may not be so perfect English, because they grow up in environments which are very, very challenging. And for them, survival was difficult, and then yet they're fighting for their cause. So this is the background, friends. So Zafar Sahito ji has been relentlessly fighting for his cause, and we are all there to support him. Zafar ji, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Gredhar ji. It was amazing. You told many things about me, and I want to just little expand on it. And namaskar, everyone. This is our tradition, Sindhi tradition. It's not I am making you guys happy that it is something else. No, this is our tradition also. I mentioned before also. And I'm really thankful to Team Pragna, Bharati, and Gredhar ji, and all of you that I'm getting this chance to express my feelings, my views, and to get connected with each other, to get connected to our roots, to get connected that what we are, who we are, and where we was, and now where we are standing. So uh, it is said that to understand your present, you have to first understand your past. So I will try my best to get on that our past history, and even our topic is time to regain Raja Dahir since Sindh from tyranny of Pakistan. So I think I will divide this my topic in two sections. One will be on Raja Dahirs and our history and our culture, and then we will talk about the tyranny of Pakistan. And it's not like that Pakistan is Pakistani atrocities are that much bad, so we are coming to Indian medias and just make the names of Pakistan. No, these are the truths, these are the actualities, these are the realities, it's not like that someone told me, why you don't come to Pakistani media. I said, what if I will talk about Muhammad bin Qasim, they will allow me to talk about it? No. If I will talk on Arabs, or if I will talk on the actual history, they will allow me? No, never. They cannot. Their survival is on these things. So we are getting these chances that we can share, we can discuss, we can look on the our future, that what is what are the future opportunities for us. So before going to our topic, uh, uh, I think it is better that we will talk about Raja Dahir and ancient Sindh, and then we will come to now present situation, and even we will talk about the future situation, that what is happening and what is going to be happen, not like as a Jyotishi, but on the facts of what is happening in our region now, from the past and present and future. So at first, let's put light on Raja Dahir's and Raja Dahir's Sindh. History of Sindh is like that much ancient and historical as the human being is. If we take Hinduism, or which is Sindhuism, actually this was a Sindhuism and Hinduism. But even in Islam, the concept of Adam and Eve, that is the concept we had 5,000 years before, 10,000 before, 10,000 years before. We had in agriculture era, we had Shiva and Parvati. Lord Shiva and Parvati is still in the ruins of Mohenjo-daro. There is lingam, and there is still, there are 15,000, 20,000 years before. If we look, we have the graves of people. They was like 12 feet long. It is in Sevistan. And I want to first mention one thing, that lot of our Sindhi people, they talk about Lal Shahbaz Kalandar, Jhule Lal, and actually that is the misuse. Lal Shahbaz Kalandar is not Jhule Lal. Jhule Lal is our Sindhi Peer. He is our Sindhi Devta, Varun Devta. Why don't get confused in Lal Shahbaz Kalandar? Lal Shahbaz Kalandar was a murderer. Sevistan, Sevan, Jeaye Sevana jo Lal Shahbaz Kalandar, we always listen that song. That Lal Shahbaz Kalandar is actually our Jhule Lal. Why you are misusing that Lal Shahbaz Kalandar? That is Sevistan. And Sevistan was the old name of Shivistan. We have Shivistan cave over there. So these all things mostly are manipulated to bring, Sufism, to bring the Islam, to bring, conquerors always do what is their basic tool? to use their religion and to use their writers to manipulate your old history. And we are really we are lucky, but in other hand we are unlucky that Sindh Hind was always invaded, and that's why our history is destroyed always. And that's the basic tool of any conqueror who comes or invade any country. First thing they do always, they ruin your, they destroy your books, they destroy your teachings, they destroy your identity. They always try to destroy your identity. There's the problem. And Hind and Sindh, Saraswati Mata, Sindhu Mata, Saraswati Mata civilization, this was always manipulated. This was always, till now it is going on. So coming to Raja Dahir's period, and why that Raja Dahir's time is so crucial or so important to us, and why Sindh was important, because Sindh, since the history is what we get by historians, Sindh was a fertile land. I don't mean that Sindh, only Sindh. Actually, Sindh and Hind, it is the same thing. Sindhuism, Hinduism is the same thing. We don't have to be differentiate on that thing, that Sindhuism or Hinduism or these things are not not different. These are the same things. So Sindh was always attacked, means when I am saying Sindh means I am saying Hind. When I am saying Hind means I am saying Sindh. When I am saying Hindustan means I am saying Sindhistan. So we are not different on that thing. Like in 7th century, if we look only at the Raja Dahir's period, Sindh was prosperous. Sindh was multicultural. Sindh was like having all rich traders, and we had our buildings, we had everything. But Arabs, they got information about Sindh through the Persians, through the Iranians. And when they listened that there is thousands of tons of gold in the mandirs of Sindh, that was the actual reason to invade or to attack. And that was not the first attack on the Sindh. There was 14 attacks before on the Sindh by Arabs. Total, if I will count, I was reading Surli's book. He has written that Sindh was attacked by 1,100 times. Means Sindh and Hind was attacked 1,100 times in the history. And we have never attacked anyone. Have we ever attacked one? No. Everyone has attacked on us. So we are not some difficult people to go to attack on anyone or to ruin someone, or no. We are always attacked. 1,100 times we are attacked, and 14 times we are attacked only by the Arabs. So if we come from 1st century, okay, let's start. We will start from 1st century. That in 1st century, Persians, Greeks, Greco-Bactrians, Scythians, they came to our area. In Scythians came to our Sindh in 1st century, and they ruled Hind and Sindh for a short time. Again, in 3rd century, Sassanians invaded our region. Look, like each century, we are getting attacked. We are getting attacked. We are getting attacked. So that's how it is coming 1,100 times. If we come to 4th century, we had our great Gupta Empire in 4th century. So we was stable in that time. But in 5th century was also our Sindhi Rai Riaj family, and they ruled in 5th century. And that time Sindh was very famous throughout Middle East, throughout Europe, and we had trades with mostly the world. 6th century, actually, it is belonged to Brahmans dynasty. Brahmans means the Kashmir Pandits, and mostly that dynasty, like 140 years, 50 years, there's Brahman dynasty. And 7th century is like Raja Dahir's century, and in that one Raja Dahir ruled 40, some places it is written like 35 years, some places it is written 42 years. He ruled Sindh with generosity, with secularism, with prosperity, progressive development, and everything. But when Arabs was before also trying to attack on Sindh, but this was the last chance, and we Sindhi fought back with them always. Never they succeeded. But this time they captured Sindh, and they Raja Dahir was slain by Arabs. But he fought. It doesn't mean he fought 30 days. And if you look on there, it is the same thing like Mahabharata is 18 days, and this Sindh fight was like 30 days. They fought. We never attack, but we know that how to defend ourselves. It is not like that we love humanity, we are secular, we are Sufi, we are good people, and we don't attack anyone. It doesn't mean that we cannot defend ourselves. We know how to defend ourselves, and we have always defended. But unfortunately, Greeks came, Afghanians came, Persians came, Christianity came, many religions, many nations came to Sindh, and hence, when I'm saying Sindh, again I'm saying it's Hind, okay? So whenever these things came, these all invaders came, Sindh and Hind was not in that much bad condition, but we always survived, and we grown, and we came out of these things. But after the inventions of the Arabs, when the Arabs completely taken over the Sindh, from that time period, 712 till now, we are suffering. And still we are suffering, and we are really suffering very bad. It's not only I am Sindhi that I am suffering. No, Hind and Sindh is suffering. This is not our fight. This is not like I remember Gredarji last time said to Mir Salim that India is not ready to help out Sindh or for freedom or that. But this is not helping out us. This is helping out yourselves. You guys are helping yourselves because we are part. You cannot deny that your body, your left hand, you will say, no, this doesn't belong to me. No, Sindh is left hand. These are we have to come together. This is not only our Sindhi people fight. This is fight of Sindhuism. This is fight of Hinduism. This is fight of, and don't take it that Hinduism like is a religion. For me, Sanatan Dharam is more good that we belong to nature. And actually, religion definition is also goes to your culture. It is the tradition. It is your roots. It's your originality. What are your roots? So that ideology which was brought up by Arabs is still now we are suffering. How we are suffering? Like in Muslim concept, it is that if you live like us, you have right to live. If you don't live like us, you don't have right to live. 21st century, come on. People need their consciousness, people need their freedom, people need their way of living. Why you are posing someone, or why you are imposing someone that okay, live like us? If you don't live like us, you have to die, you have to you don't have any right to live. No. Like in Muslims, they always say that we are superiors, we are only the chosen ones. Okay, Christians also they say that they are chosen ones. How the special you are that you bring one Allah? That's why you are special? No, I am proud of my Sindhiyat that I have thousands of my gods. My nature was my God. My consciousness was my God. I was myself for God for me. What are these incarnations? Incarnations of Krishna ji, incarnation of Ram, incarnation of Jhulelal. Who are these? We are. It is our consciousness. It is our way of living. And that is the originality of our Hinduism. That is the originality of our Hinduism. Here, I want to read the last words of Raja Dahir when he was going in the battle. So you can feel the intensity of these words, that what he is saying to his mantri, his wazir, the minister. Because his minister, Buddhiman, said to him that Arabs are already on our borders and you can get executed, so it's better that you run away. So this history is written by actually Arabs and translated by Persians in Chachnama. We don't have other history, but sometimes your enemy prize yourself also. They try to make their invention positive, so they say, oh, I fought with that much brave men. So that's how this contents came to us. I want to share with you guys, and you can feel the braveness of Sindhi people from that thing. So Raja Dahir is saying, I am going to meet Arabs in open battle and fight them as best I can. If I crush them, my kingdom will then be put on firm footing. But if I am killed honorably and recorded in the books of Arabia and India, it will be heard by other kings in the world, and it will be said that Raja Dahir of Sindh sacrificed his precious life for the sake of his country in fighting with enemy. So these was the last verse, and there is a little more conversation between his Buddhiman minister and Raja Dahir. When Buddhiman said to him, okay, Rajaji, you send your family to Rajputana or to Rajputs or some safe place, so that at least your family will be secure. So you know what Raja Dahir replied to his minister? He said, no way, I am not sending my family to any other place. This whole nation, this whole Sindh is my family. So why should be I concerned only for my family? Is I am superior to them? No. These whole people, the population of Sindh, they are whole my family. So it will be not good for me that in history they will write that I saved only my family. No, my whole nation, my whole family is my nation. So I will not send only my personal family for shelter or help. No, never. Like when Raja Dahir fought and defeated at Aror on Sindhu River bank, it was the fight on Sindhu River bank. His head was chopped and his head was sent to Sham, Syria, and that time the Khalifa Abbasi caliphs, they sent his head. Lot of royal family women's and a lot of Sindhi women were captured alive, and they were also sold to Arabs, and they were sold in the streets of Arab. But there is one accident, like it is not mentioned on many places, but I was reading one of my book. It is about Surli's history of Arabs. It is saying that the women which was inside the palace, few women, they burned themselves, like the accident of Rajputana happened when Bhagwati, Padmavati, same accident happened here also in our Sindh also before. So I think that Alauddin Khilji's that story, it is the same one, and lot of girls and women, they burned themselves so that the enemy should not catch them or take them as the slave or sold them. Okay, now that was the family and history and about these things. But if we come to these Raja Dahir's story versions, like we have like 4 or 5 versions of this, and the problem is that I said before also that history is like two-faced word, and the conqueror always try to write down what he likes, like how the Alauddin Khilji said to Amir Khusro. He wrote like that when he said him, oh, okay, if I will attack on Chatur, it will be okay. He said, yeah, if a king needed for his best, he can attack. So like historians have always be used by the kings, and uh, that is the sad part of our history of Sindh and Hind also, that always our history was written by others, and we don't have that our actual history. Only we have Rigveds or that is a thing. But later on, because of every time in each century there was always the invention, so our history was tried to be demolished or vanished. Okay, the story of this Raja Dahir's version, there are like 4 versions. I would like to share with you that what are these 4 versions, and I will try to encounter them with reasoning, because these things should be come out. Now is the time that we should give the reasonings for the things, that what is the difference between actuality and reality. Until we will not think these things, we cannot reach to the results. So the one version of that story is that he was married to his forcefully he married to his sister Bai. Okay, here I want to give few reasonings. Like in Hinduism, in Sindhuism, we never get married to our first cousins even. If you look in the history, check the Ramayana, if you check Mahabharata, we have always choose for marrying in different estates, different places, even out of caste. So how it is possible that a king is going to get married to his sister just for the kingdom, for the money? No. I think that statement is totally just a some paid worker has written for him. I can say like this. He should be not some history man. He should be not knowing his consciousness. He was knowing maybe only the Maya money. That's it. Okay, the other version here it is comes that he was cruel king who persecuted Buddhism followers and Persians. I want to give against this, point a narrative. Like in the time period of his ruling, there was two governors, means small states governors. They belonged to Buddhism. So if he was persecuting Persian Buddhist followers, how he can make them the governors of his states? Persian, like Persian people, Parsis. Parsis was always well versed and welcomed people in the business, in the writing, in the work, and so how it is possible that a king of a you can persecute his educated people? So this theory is also, I think, that content is also just written to manipulate the things. The third version is coming that he looted a ship of Arabs, women, and traders at Debil, which was coming back from Sina, from Sri Lanka. Sina, actually, we still in Sindh we call Sri Lanka Sina. They are our Sinais, so we call them Sina. So it is said that these women and traders was bringing the gifts from Sri Lanka, and they was going back to Arab, and they got attacked by bandits and pirates, and that all money came to Raja Dahir, and he supported these attacks. Why a king? Why a king of kingdom has to do something that send the dacoits and attack a ship? He is the king. He has thousands of tons of gold in his palace, and he is sending dacoits or bandits to attack a ship. Or they said, oh, there were women, they made them the prisoners, and the one woman wrote the letter to Sham, Syria, and then Khalifa said to bin Qasim, go and rescue these prisoners. How it comes that one letter is going from Sindh, from Debil. Debil is actually Karachi, Thatta, and that part. One letter from prison is going to Khalifa in Syria, and he is sending back Raja bin Qasim and go and rescue these women. Okay, when bin Qasim's army came to Debil, why there is not mentioned anything about these prisoners in the Churchnama? There is nothing, one thing is told in Churchnama about these prisoners. If they came to rescue them, then why they are not showing in that chapters? So means it was just something to justify the invention. That's it. Okay, the fourth version of this story is like the families of Sadat. Sadat is like, there was Umayyi and Prophet Muhammad and his grandson Imam Hussein and Imam Hassan, and from his daughter Fatima, and sons of Hazrat Ali. So when they was persecuted by Arabs, these Sadat we call the families of Imams. So they came to Sindh, and they Raja Dahir gave them the shelter and helped them. So to reach the Sadats, to take their revenge from these Sadats, Arabs attacked on Sindh. Actually, there's also something, we don't have any contest about that. We cannot get that contest that is really the families of Imam Hassan and Hussein's family, they came to Sindh or something. So that is also something, I think it's not a true content or a strong, account. So now these all things, when we compile about Raja Dahir's family or Raja Dahir's time period or Raja Dahir's tenure and the attacks, why it was attacked and what was the reason. So hopefully you guys had understood that what was the reasonings behind these attacks and what was going on in that time. Still, we have Kalkan Devi Mandir, which is in Aror. It is cave also, which was destroyed when Bin Qasim attacked over there, and they looted a lot of gold from these mandirs. But the history of Raja Dahir's, the time period is not only stops over there. His son Jaisina, that time he was in the forest, and later on 6 years he fought with Arabs. 6 years continuously fought with Arabs, and then he was murdered by Arabs again. But he fought 6 years after Raja Dahir's assassin. So that was our first section of Raja Dahir Sindh, and what was the Sindh at that time, and how we came in under attack of Arabs, and from Arabs, their sons, Pakistan Army, how they are doing the tyranny on historical nation. So we will come to our second section. I remember Gredharji said that Pakistan military and establishment, and always they always get proud that their heroes are like Gori, like Ghaznavi. What the stupidity! We have our own history. Why you are so proud that some Arabs? Why you are hiding in the Arabs? So there's something we will talk in later. But now, actually, if we start that partition of Hind and Sindh and creation of Pakistan and what is going on nowadays, so it will be better. We will start from the East India Company's arrival in our continent, and 1843 was the year when Sindh was, they was over there in Hind, but Sindh was captured by Sir Charles in 1843, and Sindh came in occupation of British, and about 96 years of ruling. In that period, Sindhis also, it was not easy for British even that when they came to us, they just plainly took our country or no, our heroes, they fought it with them. We have a lot of our history about that period, that how Sindhi people resisted the British army, and how finally they captured Sindh. But when British is leaving, it was the reaction of Second World War that from everywhere the imperialists they was going back, and so from this region when they start leaving, they played a role to encounter Russia. Mr. Churchill, they used Pakistan army. And why I am saying that they use it, because as soon Pakistan was created in 1947, 1948 ISI was created. ISI, Pakistan Intelligence Agency, was created by British to rule, to get control of this region so it will not fall in the hands of socialists. And that was actually the story, that why they give the two nation theory. Two nation theory, it is fake is like hell. Like, which country is built up on the nation or something religion? No, religion is secondary thing. Origin is your history, your culture, your roots. So British divide and rule, the old pattern of ruling any subcontinent or any place, that was the thing which British created. And same thing, they actually gave the gift to Punjabi people. I don't want to say Punjabi people like it is some offense to someone or so. No, actually the thing was that the people from Punjab that time, they was the best servants of British. So when in 1914, Kabatullah, the holiest place of Muslims was attacked, and Pakistani Punjabis, they were used over there. They was used by British over there. So Mr. Churchill gave that gift actually, and to encounter or to resist, put in front for Russia, that Russia should not go further in the. So in that era, like sometimes we listen that 1940 resolution and 1946 Sindh Assembly passed the Pakistan constitution or these things. In 1940s 40s resolution, it was clearly stated that the states which are going to be emerged with Pakistan or which are going to be joined with Pakistan, these all states will be sovereign, and these states will be free. But in the back, the whole history was going something different. And when it was realized that in 1948, when our ISI was created, our Sindhi people, that time our Sindhi veteran leaders and GMs had said, no, this was a trap, and we came in that trap. They have used us. So what was said in the 1940s resolution, the Pakistan came totally different of that. That's why, like, if you look from a period of 11 years from 1947 to 56, 8 mantris or 8 rulers of Pakistan was changed. That's why that time Nehruji said that within these 11 years, I have not changed my dhotis, lungis so much that Pakistan has changed the rulers. So What was that? Actually, this was the unrest. Actually, it was creation of ISI. They wanted to bring their most obedient servant to serve this country. Are we not familiar with what happened with Mr. Jannah? He was patient of asthma and he was sent to Quetta. In Quetta, the air level is above. So how you can send someone asthma patient to Quetta? And when they wanted to bring him to Karachi, they sent an old ambulance, which stopped on the way coming back. And that time, Miss Fatma Jana, she said, "This is it. This was the Pakistan. This was the Pakistan we created." So even with Fatma Jana, what happened? Fatma Jana was also poisoned. So my main concern was that Pakistan was never a democrat or democracy or a democratic state, and it can never be, because they served British and British awarded them, and that is eyesight. Why I am saying Punjabi people? Because 65% or I think 70% of military belong to Punjab. So sometimes my Punjabi friends, they say, "Oh, don't say Punjabis, each Punjabi." I said, you belong from West population. So what should I say? Or even till now, if you look at the seats, Sindh seat, Balochistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, if you collect these all seats, that will be not equal to Punjab seats. So means the supremacy is where? So if I am getting persecuted in the name of religion, what I cannot say that okay, Islam is persecuting me. So in the name of Punjab, if I am getting persecuted, of course I will say to everyone that is just something normal, that how you are getting affected from the things. At least you have to say that what is going on. So these things even partition of Bengal, the two nation theory. If Bengal was separated and Bengal got independence, then this two nation theory is already finished. So why still we are waiting that we belong to Pakistan because of two nation theory? Actually, it was never a two nation theory. It was a pre-planned, engineered British British conspiracy, and the things which was brought to us, and we are suffering. Now, if we come to that, how Sindh is contributing to Pakistan. Before in that interview with Giredarji, a lot of things was told by even Mir Salim also. I want to give a little bit more update on that thing. That first of all, our Sindhi movement, freedom of Sindhu Desh, was started from actually 1948. It was the year, but actual roots was started from 1954, 55, and 56. After one unit was applied to Sindh, and as the one unit was created, whole power and autonomy of Pakistan was shifted to Lahore. So from that only the rise of vice started against that there is supremacy of Punjab in our place. And even that time, Balochistan first was not part of Pakistan. Even they, attacked on Balochistan, and it was just captured. It was never the part. I think 1948, and the Bacha Khan, from first day he was against Pakistani. Pakistan, creation of Pakistan. So these was the few things uh, in that process. Not only Bengalis was killed or persecuted, but even Baloch, Pashtuns, and Sindhis was also persecuted. And MRD movement, that is very famous movement of Sindh, in which even Pakistani military, they bombarded our villages, and completely villages was destroyed. So there's not only just something we say that we are oppressed nation in change in Pakistan, but these are whole things belong to history, and these are all the facts. uh, when I say Punjab or Pakistan, it is the same thing that in Pakistan, if you want to live in Pakistan, you should belong to these three categories. If you don't belong to these three categories, you don't have right to live. One, you should be from military family, or you should belong to military. One, you should be a bureaucrat son or some elite class, or you should be a radical Islamist. If you don't belong to these three categories, you don't have right. Now, when we say like elite class, or the even bureaucrats, or even the politicians, we don't have politicians. Actually, these was all created and production of ISI. If you look at Zulfikar Bhutto, if you look at even last time when Benazir was murdered, why she was given his husband Asif Zardari was given the uh, uh, president of he became president of Pakistan, when he said to ISI that, okay, I am willing to do your be your servant. So they gave him. So these whole things shows that there is no political or democracy or something secular over there. Sometimes they say, oh, we are good with the Sikh and Kartarpur, we opened this one. Okay, if you open Kartarpur, why you are not opening Khokrapar? Why you are not sending our Sindhi people to Uderolal, to Julelal, to Sadbelo? Last time he was asking Gredarji about our famous mandars, you said. So our oldest mandars list, which was issued 10 years before, oldest mandar, we have more mandars, but oldest mandars number was 428 in Pakistan. Out of that old temples or old mandirs, now we have only 20 mandirs. So from in this time period only, creation of Pakistan within 72 years, 408 mandirs were destroyed. Only you know, in Babri Masjid attack, 1992, 1,000 mandirs was attacked in Pakistan in the reaction of Babri Masjid. So these politicians, even the military persons, they are also like servants to these radical people. If they say them, okay, you will be not ISI chief, he will be not ISI chief. So that much power, that much control of Pakistan wholly solely belongs to these radical Islamists, and we are suffering because of that. Not only we, but everyone is suffering. I remember 2 months before, not before this coronavirus. I'm not working now. I think 4 or 5 months before, I had one customer in my cab, and he said that these Islamists are radicals, but even RSS is radical. He was from India, one Muslim guy. At that time, that article issue was going on in Delhi. That issue was going on, Muslims issue. So I said, can you tell me, have you ever listened that Hindu radicals have attacked in America, or someone has done in London some bomb attack, or someone has done suicide in Gulf country or anything? He said, no. Then I said, how you can say that it is like this? You belong to India. And why you are getting in manipulation of Pakistani propaganda? There is nothing such like Islam or something. They are using, these are few culprits, radical people. They are taking advantage of your naiveness. That's it. It is not something like that. Like okay, yeah, I was telling you about the mandirs which now we have, like Panchmukhi Hanuman Mandir, Karachi, Gorakhnath at Gorakh Hill, Shiv Mandir at Johi, Dadu, Kalkan Temple Cave, Aror, that was attacked. The still ruins are there, but that was attacked at Ben Qasim time. Sadh Belo in Sakhar, which is a small island in Sakhar, in Upper Sindh. And the main thing, again, I want to tell everything that Lal Shahbaz Qalandar name is actually misused as Jhulelal or something. No, our old history is Varun Devta, and that is the Jhulelal. Lal Shahbaz Qalandar was just a fake story created, and he was not some kind of Sufi or saint or something. He was a Persian guy. His name was Usman Marwandi. So it is sometimes they say that Jhulelal of Kalandar of Sevan. Actually, Sevan was Sevistan, and it is oldest our Shivistan. And we have Gori Mandir, which belonged to Jain religion in 2300 years before. We have Amri Daro. Amri Daro is 3000 years before temple is still we have. And in Mithi, which is the border near to Mithi Tharparkar, near to India border, still we have Shiv Langam over there, the oldest, because they don't allow now to do the research and to bring out these details or something. So that's why it is not easy. Even sometimes I think that Saraswati Mata, which was, there are different stories about Saraswati Mata. Some people still are confused that where it should be. But our Hakro Darya, which was connected with Sindhu Darya, and even in Ramayana it was said. So I think that the border which is with Rajasthan and Gujarat till Mumbai, that was our Saraswati Mata. But now Pakistan, they will not allow us to, exhibit over there or to do research over there. Because as we are going to our roots, they are trying to take us out from our roots. So their survival is on demolishing our history and our origin. That's why this whole suffering is coming. If I will say like Sindh contribution to Pakistan, and why is important Sindh, because 63 to 65% each year GDP revenue Sindh is contributing to Pakistan. So Pakistan's uh, like you can say cardinal economical part is Sindh. 85% revenue is, 85% our natural resources, mostly they are from Sindh. Sometimes they say that, okay, Balochistan, that sea is more worth for China, but no, it is not. Actually, they have planned for Sindh, and already they are working in Karachi. The new port they are making, it is a port which is given to China. Even one settlement now, like 2 years before, I think they gave 1,000, yeah, 1,300 acres, lake acres land to Chinese, which is whole on the border till Bombay on this belt, Indus belt. We call it Sindhu Sagar or Mahasagar. It is Indian Ocean, and but that whole part is already given to China in name of CPEC. And China, CPEC is, they are getting more settlers in our place. Sometimes people even say like, okay, they are persecuting in Balochistan, they are killing the people in Balochistan. Why they don't want to kill you Sindhis? Why there are not such incident? See, it's not necessary always that you get your genocide should be by shedding your blood. Genocide can be your cultural genocide. Genocide can be your, because we are 70 million people, so they cannot attack us like openly. They are doing the things in Balochistan. They remember the incident of Benazir Bhutto assassination, how the Sindh reacted. So they know if they will openly murder 10, 15 people every day from the Sindh, Sindh is going to revolt. And as Pakistan economy depends on Sindh, if 7 days Sindh will be closed, Pakistan will come down. That's why I always say to Indian or here in USA, I've been to State Department also, and stated these all facts, that it is the Sindh which is going to be bring the new world economical order. Now the fight of countries or nation is not about capturing some area. It is about capturing the markets, and to bring that new world order. And basic is that you have to all nations get freedom. And Sindh, Hind, that is a natural and I think our identity. So why we should be worried about that thing? Like last time someone told me that these minorities issue in Sindh, that they are doing many things with Hindus. Or I said them, actually Hindu, we are Sindhi. Sindhis are Hindus. Hindi, Sindhi, it is the same thing. So why you are calling Hindus minority? No, we are owners of this land. We are not minority. Original owners of this land are Sindhis, and Sindhis Hindus. So we are not in minority. We have to claim. And I will claim it. There's not something bad. Okay, if we come to blasphemy, I'm talking about the Christians and other minorities, not Hindu minorities. Hindus are not minorities. We are Sindhi, and we are not minority. We are owner of this land. So nobody can say that Hindus are minority. Sometimes even the Hindus of Pakistan, they call the minorities minority. I said, no, we are not minority. We are the owner of this land. Why you are calling us minority? Asia baby's case was in blasphemy. So why I am telling about blasphemy? People say that why you guys don't talk on Pakistani media, you talk always on Indian media. So I want to share these things that if you talk these things over there, only in name of blasphemy, 400 people are till now executed, murdered, extrajudicial killings. 400 pupils only. They said few words about Islam. So if I will talk like this on the media of Pakistan, what will happen to me? What do you think? We cannot talk on these things over there. So these are our mediums. I am thankful to Giridhar ji or Pushpendra ji. Even last year I had interview with when we had Modi, and even you can't believe in 2019 when there was UNO session in New York, we was 10-15 people over there, Sindhi people, and we was attacked by these Pakistanis. The videos are still on YouTube. We was 10-15 people, but there are a lot of our Indian friends. Nobody came here near to us, but we stand over there against thousands of people because we know we Sindhi know that how to defend ourselves. Minority, there was one report from minority rights group MRG that Pakistan is the worst country for living. That report was issued in 2013. Only it was given because of that religious bias. So 2016 or 2013 and even 2018, the Human Rights Commission also said that report was issued in 2019 that 400 mandars within these 10-15 years are destroyed or converted to mosques. That is not my report, that is Human Rights Commission report 2019. Even now, if we are going through very bad times in COVID-19, everywhere there is a lot of issues. Sindh government wanted to impose the lockdown, but Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan, he rejected it, and they said no, there will be no lockdown in Sindh, because they know if Sindh will be closed, they are going to be, their market economy is going to be crashed. And even this new year, they announced the budget of Pakistan, 11% was increased in defense. When whole world is giving financial aid to their people, that was given to defense only. So these was the things which we are facing, and now Chinese of Pakistan. But the problem is like it is a elite class, like 2-3%, 5%. I'm not against, still I am saying that I'm not against the Punjabi people or someone that I am racist or something. No, because they are representing Pakistan, so that's why we have to take the name. But I don't have a problem if any Punjabi people or anyone is listening. I'm sorry, I'm talking about the Punjabi people of Pakistan, and mostly they are in military. I told before also that 65 to 67% military belongs to Punjab only. till date now, we don't have any Sindhi journal in Pakistani military. We don't have any journal till now. So you can understand from that from first day, they know that they treat us actually same like that you are the agents of India, or you are agents of uh, Ra, like this. If we come to even sorry, my story, like Gredarji told about me a little bit. I want to explain that a little bit more. Sorry, I am graduate civil engineer. I graduated in 2004 and I came to Dubai. I worked hard over there, like 5-6 years. I didn't even go to home because I was not in that much condition. But 2008, I started my own business over there. And as soon in 2008, I started business. Uh, I started my construction firm. I started in 2011, I started metal trading, or Sindhi, that metal trading system. So I got the contract from L&T, Larsen and Tobro. And within 2-3 years, my our turn was like 8 million, 10 million, 15 million UAE dirhams. It was very good, business. And for me, from starting, I love traveling. I've been to 40 countries around the world till now. So is when I was in university, I was joint secretary of my Jeaye Sindh Student Federation. So that Sindhiyat and Sindhi's struggle was still in my mind. So when I got settled in Dubai, in United Arab Emirates, I said, why should I not support my fellow men, my countrymen? And I had a lot of business, lot of people. I bring around 500 people from our part to Dubai to get them settled, because we Sindhi people don't get opportunities over there in Pakistan. So anyone was coming from the Sindh, they was knowing that if they need the food, if they need the stay, if they need job, they have to come to me. So it's not that I'm feeling myself superior or something. No, but I know that we Sindhi people have always respected our guests. So people have came to Dubai. They lived like 10 days, 15 days without earning anything. I gave them the food. I gave them the shelter. I supported them to get them the jobs. And when this whole story came to Pakistani military and Pakistani people, in that period also some Sindhi GSN freedom movements, because I was in student politics, so they also came to me. I cannot say them, no, you want to fight, you are fighting against Pakistan, so don't come to me. No, I respect my Sindhi people. I respect my Sindhiyat. So I gave them the shelter. One guy, Shahid Muzaffar Bhutto, he was tortured and abducted by Pakistani military intelligence, and his brother came to me and to Dubai, and he asked me for the job. I gave him the job. Within 4 or 5 days, I got call from embassy that why you have given the job to this person. He said, he is my Sindhi person. Why should I not give him the job? So they built up my story like this, that when 2015 I visited last time to attend my cousin's marriage in Sindh. It was my trip for 10 days, I think, but within 3-4 days, they got to know that I am there, and they came and tried to, abduct me. But they just, I had few friends, so I gone to drop them at the bus stop. And I was at bus stop, I got call from my cousin that military vehicles are here, and they are asking about you. So even I didn't said hello or hi or bye to anyone. From that point only, I just traveled to Karachi. Our distance is like 4 hours drive from my place to Karachi airport. Within 4 hours, I reached to Karachi, and I took the flight and I drove to Sindh. So that was my last time I see my friends, my family, my cousins, and after that, now I cannot go. Even when I was in Dubai, they tried to give me a lot of things that do this thing, that do this thing. I said no. I cannot sell myself. This is my country. This is my nation. So my passport was near to finish in Dubai, and I was knowing that they are not going to renew it. So I don't had other option. I came to USA. But it's still like last time when my mom told me that ask them for the pardon and come back. I was lifting her to airport, so you can see me again. I said, her mom, it is not in our Sindhi and Hinduism and Sindhuism culture that we take pardon from someone. No, I have stand up and I will stand up. That's it. What will come, how it will come. She said, even if you will not see me again. I said, no. My whole nation's mothers are my mothers. My whole nation families are my families. I remember when Bhagat Singh was, his mother told to Bhagat Singh that why you are only fighting for this. There are other young people also. They are also fighting. They can fight. Why you are leaving us? He said, Deepak, the candle. Bhagat Singh said these very beautiful words that if I will not burn my candle, you will say you will not burn your candle. That Deepak will be not burned. I know it's not easy to burn yourself, burning your Deepak, burning your light is not easy. But for great causes, you have to sacrifice. You have to go through that pain. But it's not big pain. I have a lot of friends like you. Whole world is with me, and the main thing is that I am clear with my conscience. That's the main thing. And if your conscience is clear to you, you are good. You are good to go. These hurdles and these all things comes in our life, but for great causes we have to do our part, and that is for betterment of humanity, betterment of this universe, betterment of everyone. We don't have problem with someone's religion or someone's ethnicity or race. No, be a good person, live good. Let us we live good by ourselves. Why you are imposing the things? Even in a small family, wife, husband, cousin, father, brother, mother, I think everyone should give the space to everyone. Why should we impose the things? And on the name of religion, when you impose the things, means you are trying to destroy identity. And we are fighting for our identity. This fight, this struggle is for our identity, and our identity is Hinduism. Our identity is Hinduism. That is our origin. Gredarji, that was what I got, and hopefully everyone listened it. And I am sorry if I am embarrassed anyone, or my language was little bit here and there, So I say sorry for that. And I never meant to, hurt anyone or against someone. No, just what we want to live, and let us give that much space that we live. We live with our tradition, with our culture, with our uh, what we got in our history. Let us we regain it. Let us we own that our identity, original identity. We don't belong to Arabs. We had our own history. We are Bhakts of Shivji, and before that, we are Sanatan people. We are a great Indus civilization. Why you are trying to impose someone's uh, 1,000 years before, 2,000 years before religion on us? when we have our everything 20,000 years before. Come on.
Thank you so much, Zafarji. I can only say namaste to you, the great, Bharatiya in you, the great Indian in you, the emotion with which you are fighting for your cause, and the love for your motherland is something which is very inspiring. Language doesn't matter, none of us are Britishers born. Our English is not the best English.
Yeah.
That's okay. I mean, it's okay.
It's not.
When you talk, you talk from your heart, and so communication between the hearts is more important than the communication between the lips and ears. I think we could see the passion in your eyes. We could see the passion in your heart when you spoke about having to lose your mother, not having to even see her, but then sticking to your cause is something just amazing. A big salute to you and to your dedication to your cause.
No, sir. You are
You're a,
burning. You are burning your Deepak. I am trying to burn my Deepak. That's it.
well, you're in a sense, you're genuinely a really true sense. You are the son of Bharat. A great namaste to your dedication.
Actually, my if my Sahito caste you look, it is Sahita Singh and Mehta Singh. So we are actually from Rajputs.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what we'll,
So,
sorry. So what we'll do is, I think friends, you can use the hand button to raise your, if you any of you want to ask a question, you can raise your button, and then I can, unmute you and you can ask a question. While people are going to, come to ask questions, Zafarji, I'll ask a few myself.
oh
And
yeah,
then we'll
sure.
take it from there.
Try my best. I will try my best.
Yeah. So, what is the ultimate aim of your movement? Do you want independence from Pakistan, or are you open to be part of Akhand Bharat? Would you want to be part of Bharat as an extended Bharat with some degree of autonomy, or you don't want to be with Pakistan, you don't want to be with India, you just want to have an independence? What is the aim of your movement?
Sergey, if we look in the history and what the facts figures we talked already, living with Pakistan means our even veteran leader Saint GM said 40 years before, he said, strong Pakistan means dying Sindh. Strong Sindh means dying Pakistan. So it is, I think, useless now that we still think that we can live within Pakistan, because Pakistan, it was, first thing, it was a natural state, which was created by only hypocrisy and some lane and all that.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I understand that. But then once you get out of Pakistan, what is the road ahead for you?
I am coming on that. I was knowing that first your question will be that one. So I am coming on that thing. Look, Girendraji, instead of going like what did British and West in 1940s, in 19th century, imperialist, fundamentalist, attacking on the countries and make them their colonies. Now China is doing same thing. Okay, China is expansion. They have become, in the name of communism, they have become imperialist, and they are doing the same thing. And we are afraid that soon the Sindh will be sold to China. How the China is coming in our area, maybe they have done already. You cannot from these military, you cannot say anything. Even maybe they have already done the contract with China, and they have sold our sin. So before going in hands of that dead nation, I call them clearly Chinese dead nation. They don't have feelings actually. That's why they are doing these things. It's not offense, but they have done the things to us. So I know it, and I am clear on that. And even now, what COVID-19 they have did, everyone knows. Nobody is saying that it is the truth. What is the truth? So, coming to your question, instead of like what was 100 years, 200 years before, why we should not come to latest new ideas in new world orders in more nations, more countries, more autonomy to everyone? Of course, Sindh and Hind, these are, we are same thing. We are one part. We are never something different or something. We are natural in ourselves. Not, some people say we are allies or something. No, we are not allies. We are one unit. We are one thing. So instead of going on that 100 years before theory, why we are not coming on getting independence from Pakistan, getting freedom from Pakistan, disintegration of Pakistan? Why we are not coming like United States? Why we are not coming like European Union? I think more European Union is more good. And if there will be more neighboring states, good neighbors, good people with India, it is going to be more good. But the once first thing is that uh, dis, disintegrating Pakistan until, because I know what is India's. If you put on top three numbers, three enemies of India, which will be? For me, it is China. For me, Pakistan. For me, Islamic radicalism. These three same enemies are for me. For Sindh also, these are the three enemies. So instead of going on that oldest these things, why we are going in 21st century? Come on, we have to grow up. We have to go in good ways. We have to go in good things. Make some federations, some smooth transactions, something which is more suit with nowadays requirements. It's not always that you take the things from the history, and for the namesake you do the things. But more thing is, see why we are doing this all, because of prosperity, because of humanity. So it is not better that if we go together and make some federations like European Union? Why not?
Sure. I think I think the first thing is just get out of Pakistan, then we'll figure out what to
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Yeah, fine.
They
So, yeah, let's see. Alok ji, please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I just had one question, Zafarji, and this is very important.
sure.
The various movements that are started in Sindh after GM Said's demise, firstly, they are fractured. There is no unity. JSQM, JSMM, and so many Sindhi nationalist parties are there. They have never been able to come together. Their internecine fights ensure that there is no support for them to even win a single seat. Sindhudesh Liberation Army and Sindhudesh Republican Army, these are also fractured now. Most of them are operating under the umbrella of Baloch national groups, whether it is Balochistan Liberation Army or Balochistan Republican Army. Now, for any worthwhile movement in Sindh to start, you will have to take the so-called urban Sindhis or Muhajirs into cognizance. And what I find is that the Sindhi movements all over have a very, very strong antipathy towards Muhajirs. The fact is now, even the Muhajirs have realized that they have been taken for a ride, and they are also protesting against the Punjabi domination. So are you working, since you are away and you can take a very dispassionate view, where you can try and bring Muhajirs as well as Sindhi nationalists together on a platform so that a unified movement could be created against the establishment?
Sarji, your question was in 3-4 parts. Okay, we will start from first part. It's after Sai GM said how the Sindhi national movements separated in different units. Jiskam RSR, Jiskam Bashir Khan, Jiskam Jismam, or Jeaye Sindh functional, or these all things. Why they are not taking the seats? See, Jeaye Sindh, the national movements, they are not fighting for the parliament. They are fighting for the independence. So there is no concept of they are going for the seats. One thing. Second thing, that same question was asked by one Indian in I think it was 1995 from RSR, Abdul Wahid RSR Saab. Why you Sindhi have so many organization? So Abdul Wahid RSR replied him that if you have more arrows, if you have more organization, it is better to encounter your enemy. You hit him from different sides. Okay, so that is the thing. I can feel your smile. You are smiling. That maybe it is not something reasoning, but really it was the thing. Okay, there are some differences between the organizations. Like few organizations, they believe only on political struggle, like Gandhiji's. No tashaddud, no violation or something. And a lot of organizations, they believe in political and resistance movements, like both they are carrying. So it is not something like there is not always that there should be one group representing your nation or your people. Always there are some differences. Okay. Again, your third question was that Sindhi people are in the shadow of Baloch. See, it is narrative since long. It is coming from India that we are supporting China. We are supporting Balochistan, not Sindhi movement, or like this. But solution is Sindh. I will tell you one thing. How much you support Balochistan, how much you do the things, even Mahajiristan before happened or something, you know, these things cannot be done until the Sindhi people or the Sindh is not liberated. You know why? Because we are 70 million people, and in Balochistan, you don't know that what is going on in the these mountains. But Sindh, it is a plain, it is Indus Valley, it is Indus River. We have urban and villages, and so anything if happen in Sindh, Pakistan is going to be die. Because we are the cardinal part of economical cardinal part is Sindh. So that's why these things are happening. But that concept of, Baloch struggle or Baloch that we are under shadow of Baloch, no. We are the people, we know what is the politics, not now, but since long. So it is something narrative always comes. Balochs are our brother, and they have supported us. I can say that they have supported always us. They have always stand with us. I remember when I had a live uh, discussion with, not discussion, I listened to Nawab Khairbakhsh Mari in 2013, I think, or 14 it was. You know, he said to his son Mehran Baloch, he said him that one thing you remember, until Sindh is not liberated, Balochistan is not going to be liberated. So it is not like about the shadowing. Yeah, we support each other. We stand for each other. And as soon as India will start recognizing Sindh, that disintegration of Pakistan is going to happen from Sindh only, not from any other place. I will, that is clear, very clear. And your last question was about
Muhajirs.
Altaf Bhai and Mahajers. I talked to Altaf Bhai like 1 year before, and after that I am always here with his organizing group. We was together in New York, also in Washington also. We always go for protests together, and I do sometimes Sindhi translation for them even. So we are together, and this is not, you know, that was a conspiracy, like how the British played divide and rule, and same Pakistan military, they did divide and rule to divide the urban and the village population and make the differences. So we have came out of that dilemma. So I think we are going to be work together.
Great.
And already we have a lot of statements on that one. We are already in contact with each other.
Yeah, I think 70 years down the road, all.
You can ask, no problem.
Yeah, I think 70 years down the road, Muhajirs have become Sindhis now.
Oh yeah.
They became part of Sindh now. I mean, you cannot eliminate them anymore now. I think unless they join you, you cannot really fight this war.
There are three generations. There are three generations are already born over there, and it is not easy, you know, Gradarji. Like 5-10 years, you can say that okay, he's Mahajar or Afghan or like this. But if you are three generation born to some place, come on, come out of that identity and own what is your own.
True. Now I'm requesting Omender ji to speak. Omender ji has been doing fantastic service in Rajasthan from all the people who are coming from Sindh, the Hindus who are coming from Sindh. He has an NGO where he's supporting them. This entire CAA protest, whatever happened, Omender ji is a pioneer in that. He's somebody who is, you know, when they come here, they struggle like anything. They're Pakistanis for Indian establishment. So they may be Hindus or persecuted, girl children being kidnapped, you know that, they converted, married off, sold in slave trade or whatever. All those people, when they come, one-stop shop literally for them is Omender ji. Omender ji is somebody who is having a big heart, and you know, thanks to Omender ji, thank you so much for coming on the call, and we are so proud of what you are doing on this side of the border. So please go ahead, sir. Ask.
I apologize. I was informed pretty late about this beautiful meeting. So I might have, I've just joined 15 minutes back, and I've heard Zafarji speak such eloquently and very intelligently. I'm impressed, I must say. Very rarely I get impressed by people on the other side of the border, but this time I am. My question will be a little on the on some sensitivity side, because I am a hardcore Hindu and I see my fellow Hindus suffering. So my question to Zafarji is this: we are in a civilizational conflict in this subcontinent, and by civilizational conflict I mean a Hindu-Muslim conflict. I really don't care whether Punjabi Muslims are killing Sindhi Muslims or Baloch Muslims are killing Pathans, or Pathans are killing Pashtuns or whatever. For me, the 7 million Hindus in Pakistan are my problem. My question to you is that when a Mian Mittu of Barchandi Sharif converts one Hindu girl every single day? Which Muslim organization came to save these Hindus? And if not, why should we help Muslims of Sindh to get independence from Punjabi Muslims? For all practical purposes, it suits us that all Muslims kill each other. I'm sorry for being that blunt, but I am here for a Hindu narrative. You want to be friends with us? First save our daughters. First save our people. Then we will ally with you. I hope I'm not sounding rude, because I'm not rude. I'm agitated. I live with these people. I मेरे आंसू सूख चुके हैं रो रो कर इनकी तकलीफें सुन के. So my question is, we help you if you save our daughters. Thank you.
Okay, first thing, that it's not clash of civilizations, because Muslims or Arabs, it is not civilization. Civilizations, or we are the people of, in the end, we are the civilization. So
that's a good correction. I stand corrected.
Oh, no, it's okay. You are welcome. The second thing, you mentioned Mia Mithu and Bharchundi. See, in every nation, there are a handful bastards. You talked bluntly, so I'm also talking like that now. In each nation, there are, they call them different names and they do the things. So in Sindh also, there are a lot of people, even Sindhi people, which are way in trap of these Muslim radicalism. To avoid that thing, see, slavery, when slavery goes for years of years, like 100 years, 2 years, 200 years, 300 years, 400 years, finally your mind gets sick. You get used to the things. So our first work is that we have to bring out these people to our roots. What is Raja Dahir Day, or what we are doing here? This is the same message. It's not only I am giving on in Indian media. You can check on my Facebook. I have always these things. We are trying our best. We are trying our best to bring out that sickness, the madness, what his religion given them. We are trying to take them out, but it is not a process of 1 day or 2 day, or you can not change the, when you can change the habits of the people, but you cannot change the it. And it starts developing when you come in slavery, like 200, 300, 400 years, 700 years, 1000 years. So everything will be done, but it need little bit time and patience. Second thing, Mia Mithu and these Tharandis, these are paid workers. Mia Mithu, like Hafiz Saeed, he's General of Pakistan. He's on duty general. So how you can expect that they will not do this thing? Their survival is on this ideology. So what they can do, they are trying to do. They are trying to persecute every day. In Pushpendra's last video, I told him, I gave him the numbers that how many Sindhi, it was 1,700 Sindhi girls were, you are saying Hindu girls, but I am saying them Sindhi girls. They are my family, they are my blood. These were our girls, these were, converted, and these were sold out. So it is not concept, everyone have their own, religious thinking. And for me, Hinduism is the same thing. For me, my, you don't think that I do every day I do yoga, and my bhajan is Ram bhajan. So
Yeah, but then there has to be a way out for these unfortunate Hindus. So my suggestion to you is, if you are, let me,
yeah.
if you are not able to, if you're helpless and powerless, maybe you can come up with a threat of converting to Hinduism. Maybe that will work. I've been thinking about it for quite a lot of years now. That's what Islam is very afraid of. When somebody says we'll convert out of Islam, that's what
uh,
they start shitting in their pants.
like
Because what you're doing right now, it's not working, right?
no, this awareness is just started five like before in our event. I have studied Muhammad bin Qasim. He is my hero in my school, but now we are changing our whole contents. We are changing our syllabus. We cannot go change over there. We are doing the classes. We are doing the lectures on here. So on social media, each platform, we are so vibrant now. We know that this is the only platform. These are the only ways we can. If you will go over there and do such thing, you will be killed. Till now, how many Sindhi people are killed over there on these things? So it's a Garrison state, Mendraji. It's not easy, like, within the state, if you are living, and it is not easy. It need lot of work, and really, we are trying. We are trying to same time, like I have many Sindhi Hindus here. They always say, oh, when we left left the Sindh, you didn't support us. They always say like this to me. I said them, why you not become Raja like Raja Dahir? Why you left your country? Why you didn't stood up? So these are, but these are argues. These are things which cannot be solved. The maze of thousands years you cannot clean within 2-3 years, within 5 years. You need time.
But then, Zafarji, you also have people who are taking up arms and struggling, right? A part of Sindh movement. You have some sections who are also taking up armed struggle, right?
There are a few movements. They are giving tough time to
Why
now.
cannot they help the Sindhi Hindus by maybe violently taking off some of these guys? Mia Mittu, somebody knocks him off. I understand he's supported by ASI and all. I understand that. But when well entrenched Musharraf can be attacked, anybody can be attacked, right? All safari dena hai, aur kya hai? I mean, you do something to protect the girls there. That makes a huge difference, right? It makes a huge difference.
Granerji.
I understand you're fighting a political battle. I understand you're not in the militant side of it. But our suggestion is, maybe when you speak to your people back, the pain points that the Hindu girls are facing needs to be addressed, right? Maybe something can be done to this Miyami 2 or other guys who are doing it, or maybe you don't touch the top guy. You catch out of the chamchas who are actually on the road picking up these girls. You knock off 2 or 3 of them, and then the message goes. Maybe that can be done. Something like that you need to do so that the pain is very, very intense. Yeah, Umenderji, you wanted to add something? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Umenderji, you'll have to unmute.
Yes, yeah. That's it. I have a very small reminder. I think I have finished what I had to ask. And Zafarji has been very candid, very kindly he has responded. I apologize if I've hurt some sensibilities, but I still believe, no, I do, because I'm asking something about your religion. If somebody would ask me about my religion, I'd be very sensitive.
No,
so
my religion is Hinduism. My religion is Sindhiyat.
Love you, boss. Love you. That's music. Oh, that's music to my ears. That's music to my ears. So seriously think about issuing a threat of converting to Hinduism if you want to really make any difference, because what will that achieve? What it will achieve is to set a cat in the pigeons of the Punjabi Pakistani Muslims. They will be rattled, and you will get support of the global Hindu community. That's armed conflict is no solution. You are sitting ducks in front of this this army, I would never support it. I would say go for theology, go for the roots, go for your own culture. That if this mafia is converting 3 Hindu girls per day, I don't want to be part of that mafia, and I quit. It's an idea. We can think about it. I just put a seed in your heart. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, but Omendarji, you should understand there is blasphemy law in Pakistan. The moment you give a threat of conversion, they'll immediately put you in behind the bars. You know.
That's why I said it's a seed I'm throwing.
Yeah.
If 5 lakh people come and say that we will convert out of Islam if this atrocity on Hindus doesn't stop, if Mia Mithu is not arrested, this bullshit can. I mean, something has to be done out of the box. You know, this thing cannot go on because these guys are not getting anywhere. My entire focus right now with RSS and with my organizations is to take these 7 million Hindus out. Frankly, I don't care what a Punjabi Muslim does to a Baloch Muslim or a Sindhi Muslim. I don't care. I only care for a Hindu. That's what I'm trying to say. And there are millions of Hindus like me who will come out to support if such a step is taken. I know it has its risk. I know it is very difficult. But then we are not winning this war anyway, right?
Okay, Virendraji, if we come on that thing that at least their chamchas or something should be punished or something. I think few incidents had happened about that thing. What I believe that eliminating one person, it is better that you eliminate that theory. If today
Totally.
So why you are hitting just in the air? No, hit in the roots. What are the roots? What is the cause? So what I am trying to say that okay, ek aadmi ka supari, for example, one person give the supari for. What do you think if this Mia Mithu is done or gone from this Sindh, the Sindh will be changed? No. I know it will put at least some, influence on these things, but it is not the solution. The solution is that we have to change what was put it in the pupil's mind since these thousands years. We have to change that thing. And like directly attacking someone or directly going to, if you take action against someone, at least you have to make some grounds. You have to make at least your grounds. You have to bring your conspiracies. You have to inform the people. You have to at least educate them. Then when you do anything, they are going to support you. If your people are not aware of the things, until your people are not aware of the things, how you are just going to hit someone and you think that, oh, my job is done. I think that is more sensibility in that thing.
Yeah, and Mohinderji, I think one more thing we need to accept. I mean, he has never been taught about Raja Dahir. He grew up eulogizing, Muhammad bin Qasim as his hero. And today, Zafar, and not just Zafar, a lot of people are standing up and saying Raja Dahir is our hero. I think the change is happening from within. I don't think we have done anything. So it's happening within Sindh. When Mir Salim ji came on our call a few weeks back, he also said the very same thing. I don't care. I might be a Muslim by name, but then I'm a Sanatani. And then for me, Sindh is more important. And I predate all Islam. The same. So it is a fantastic thing that is happening, that from inside Sindh, people are doing it. And those who are unable to survive there have gone out. That, I mean, if some portion of the people are coming out, that shows many people inside Sindh are for strategic reason not going out. I think this is a very good sign. We need to exploit that. I mean, we need to really support them in terms of whatever we can. And what you are doing is just amazing, Omedarji. You are actually helping them when they come inside the borders. What you are doing is a great hats off to you.
There is one thing. There is one thing saying that there is always a time for every dog. So there will be always a time for every dog.
Sure, sure. So yeah, actually, Omendarji is probably one of the biggest reasons for this amendment CAA that came in this country. I mean, maximum number of people who are waiting for this Indian citizenship were in his care and control. So that's fantastic. Yeah, thank you, Omendarji. Yeah. Now we'll go to Rajabhaskar Reddy ji. Rajabhaskar Reddy ji, please go ahead. Yeah.
Hello. Namaste, Jafarji. Thanks for your time.
Namaste.
Namaste. So from the conversation so far, it looks like you are a practicing Hindu, or that's the impression I get. But anyway, the reason I mentioned that is, so there are a lot of Sindhis who don't want to be under Punjabis.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there is another problem that majority of the Sindhis are not Hindus, they are Muslims. Almost 90%, I guess, or whatever. So, why should India support a freedom for Sindh when eventually any Muslim country is going to turn against Hindus? That is the history. Just typical example is Bangladesh. That is number one. Number two, in fact, Umedarji actually mentioned that nothing really scares the shit out of these fanatics as much as people saying that I'm going to convert back to the roots. And I understand that if you're in Pakistan, you cannot do that. Why not the Muhajirs and several others who are outside from Sindh who want to be outside of, want an independent country? If you believe it, obviously, say that. You just want independent and you don't want to be under Punjabis, but you still want to be Muslim. So that is a no, because Muslims cannot live in peace with anybody else. That is a fact. If you want to prove me wrong, you can give an example and I will be happy to accept that. If they're in a majority,
Okay.
Darul Harb, Darussalam and all that, all those things.
Sarji, you said that I practice Hinduism. I am practicing Sindhuism, and that is my origin. And Sindhuism and Hinduism is not different. It is the same thing. The other thing you said that
I agree with you on that.
Yeah. Other thing is that you said about why India should help. It is not you are helping us. You are helping to yourselves. For me, it is the help you are doing to yourselves. Because until Pakistan is there, India is not going to be a great India. That is something understood. That is something clear. There is no two narratives on that thing. Until Pakistan is there, there is no great India. India cannot lead in this region how the New World Order is going on. Okay, you said that Sindhis are mostly Muslims. Sindhis are Sindhis. They are not Muslim. I am saying Sindhi means I am saying about my origin Sindh, my roots. And that same thing we are trying to convey to the pupils also. And we are happy that we are doing our part now. And I'm thankful to these Facebook, Zoom, Twitter, and all that they have given us this opportunity. Even every time our accounts are hacked or closed, but still we are trying to put that narrative. So when you are going to help the Sindh, it means you are helping yourself. You know, who is affected more? It is always India. Who is the first victim? It is always India. So helping us, like here you said one thing that we don't want to create 4 or 5 more Bangladesh like us. That question always friends says to me. See, there are two different aspects of this same frame. If it is one Pakistan, it is more threat to India, or if there will be 4 or 5 small Muslim
No, no,
states.
I understand, but what has happened to the Hindus in Bangladesh? They are not any better than in
Okay.
Pakistan now.
Okay. Now I will tell you one thing more here. Look, Vijayji, the thing is that you have to always see not to your habits, but I think what is your id or what is your nature. So if you look in the nature or the history of Sindh, Sindhi people have never attacked anyone. If you tell me one example, I will tell, okay, Sindhi people. And same thing, India has never attacked anyone. Sometimes they say that, oh, India is always attacking. To whom India is attacking? Yeah, India is attacking on these radicals in Kashmir. India is attacking on who are producing these terrorism. India is not attacked any nation or any country. Even we Sindhi people have never attacked anyone. So the nature, I'm really feeling it like hard that Sindh and Hind and Hinduism and Sindhuism, Sindhu Saraswati, that is not a difference. We are the same. We are the one.
There is no Hind without Sindh. I mean, as simple as that.
No, no, no. I get that name part. I'm
No, it's
talking
not just
about
the
the
name part,
philosophy.
sir. It's not just the name part. Sir, Vijay Bhaskar ji, so you should understand one thing. These people have been Muslims for thousands of years, or sorry, at least 1,000 years, 900, 800,000 years. Because first conversions happened in Sindh. The rest of the nation converted later. So expecting them to convert back into Hinduism, which they do not know for many generations, is unrealistic to expect. Okay, and that too with the kind of nation states sitting on your head. Suppose Zafar converts tomorrow and officially calls himself in a Hindu name, his family, his people back in Sindh are going to be persecuted. So these things are not going to happen in piecemeal. It will happen en masse. The moment the nation of Pakistan collapses, then it throws open a whole challenge for these people to do what they want. So you should understand the sensitivity with which these people are living. Right? It's easy for us in a very comfortable, democratic, secured country like India to talk this. But for them, it is life and death situation. Just imagine, I don't know, I mean, you would have seen the pain with which Zafarji spoke. He is not going to see his mother again. Right? He's living in exile with a thought that he may not see his mother again. Yet he has stuck to his principles. And he is openly on camera is saying that, I am a Sanatani. I'm a Sindhi. I don't care, what my name is. That is what is going to make the difference in Sindh, sir. Not symbolically converting. We have so many people who hold Hindu names who are good for nothing junk in our own country. You know it. So that is not, I mean, just mere conversion is not going to help. It is not going to help them. They will be tortured. What happens is, like what Zafar said, it is a transition. I think it is a fantastic thing that a huge chunk of these people are now really discovering their roots, which were denied to them in Pakistani system. They are now coming to their roots and saying, we are Sindhis. We have an ancient civilization. We predate Muhammad bin Qasim. That is a big beginning. And, we need to push this narrative a lot. That's the reason why Zafarji is the third Sindhi on our call. right? We had three Sindhis. One, we had Mir Salim ji, and we had Yashwant Maharaj, and now we are having Zafar ji. So Pragna Bharati is trying to promote the concept of the, the extended Bharat, the Akhand Bharat concept. So it doesn't happen overnight. I mean, it's easy for us to say, let's convert. It doesn't happen that way. But they will have the opportunity, and probably Zafar ji is more Hindu than many Hindus in our part of the world. We have a lot of people who are, we can call it as, you call them NRIs, right? Non-resident Indians.
No. They are called
NIRs. We have NIRs, non-Indian residents.
No, Hindu in name only.
Yeah, they're residents in India, but they're not Indians at all. We have a lot of such people. So I think we should leave it at that. I think we should not be talking unrealistic. I think what he has spoken about is absolutely fantastic. I think we should savor it for now, and let's let him do the job of bringing more and more people in Sindh into the fold of Sanatana Dharma. I think he's doing a fantastic job. We leave it there.
I wish you well, Zafarji.
Until you will not change the narrative, until you will not educate the people, just to convert someone is not the problem. It is changing the ideology, what is given to us since 1000 years. We are trying to get rid of that one, and it is not easy process. It is not just so fast we can do, as Giridhar ji made you understandable. I'm thankful to you, Giridhar ji.
I understand your sensitivities, Zafar ji. That's the reason I stepped in. I know, so some solutions look challenging, but I understand the situation where you are in. So we need to have a balance on that. I think, what you are doing is amazing. And Ominder ji is all praise for you. He's just sending message after message, is appreciating a lot. And we all have great regard for Ominder ji, because he's a ground level, commander in chief. He's doing a fantastic job. I'm asking CSR Prabhuji to speak. CSR ji, Prabhuji, please go ahead, sir. Prabhu sir, you can unmute yourself and then speak. Yeah, you can talk.
Mr. Zafar, I'm very thrilled at your very bold and strong statement of that you are a Sanatan Dharmi. But then what is your attitude towards Islam now?
I think these 2-3 hours we talked that was the reason still we are suffering. So what still I said?
Well, other than radical, you believe only radicalism is there Islam, or there moderate Islam also?
No.
Are you moderate Islamist?
Little idea is against our origin. They have tried to manipulate our origin. From where they took the Adam and Eve. Adam and Hawa, from where they took. That was our Shiva and Parvati ji.
Yes, now, if you look at the Quran, you must have studied the Quran. Much of the Quran is copied from Bible. Abraham, Moses, Jesus, and all that. And then whatever good things are discussed there about morality and ethics are same as what is discussed in our scriptures also. The concept of God also, it can be shown easily that the concept of God in the Vedas has been copied into the Bible and Quran in one way or the other. I have enough evidence for this. So there is nothing new they are telling. So therefore, radical Islam and conversion into Islam is all fake.
I am agree. I am a bit agree, Prabhu ji.
Okay.
Prabhu kripa karo.
I wrote a book on this with a common framework evidence from quotations from scriptures. I'll send it to you later too.
Thank you. I will be.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
I will be happy.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Prabhuji. I think Hema, you wanted to say something. You can. I'm unmuting you. You can talk, Hema. Then I'm just leaving Sham Madnani ji to speak last.
Okay. Thank you very much, Zafar ji. Namaste, and it was really endearing to hear you. we did a CAA demonstration in support of CAA here in London in Parliament Square. We had a few Sindhi Pakistani Hindu friends who supported CAA, but then they didn't want to come on the camera and speak in case their family could get affected in Pakistan. We understood the sensitivity of the situation, and we spoke on their behalf in the Parliament Square in London. And I can understand how much courage it must have taken you to come on the camera and say what you said, both as come and say that Hinduism and Sindhuism is same, and you are a Sanatana Dharmi and all of that. It takes a lot of courage, and I really appreciate what you have said. And namaste to you and salute to you.
Thank you. Himaji, the thing is that I told before also, the lamp or the candle, until someone will not sacrifice. What do you think? Sometimes my friends or even here Indian friends, they ask me that, oh, your brothers, your family is there, they will be not persecuted. I said, if all heroes in the history, if they have think about their only, or even Raja Dahir, if he has run away or saved his life or his family, today we was going to talk about him? No, because he was going to be a coward. So Bhagat Singh or whatever, even you will take the examples, there is always someone has to start something.
Yes.
In that pain, I came here to talk. It was my pain, you know. It is not easy. That pain is coming out of us. That until how we will suffer. So we have to bring this voice. We have to bring this voice. What will be the consequences? It's okay. Because when there is a matter of your identity, when there is a matter of your nation, you have to go beyond the limits. If you don't go beyond the limits, I don't think so that your nation or your identity can be saved. So that same thing I will tell to every Indian also, that be a good nationalist first. I'm not dictating, or I don't have right to someone to say like this, but history and the philosophy and socialist science, everything says to us that first take care of you, take care of your home, take care of your country, then look after for other things. And our enemies, you know, our enemies is common. So instead of going in that Muslim or Hinduism or that, we have to look in our future, that what is coming, what is the threats. China is there, there is communism, there is humanity lovers. Then just they call themselves humanity lovers, and we work for universal humanity and all this. Okay, first have humanity in your home. First be, even Lenin said that a good nationalist only can be a good socialist. So these are basic things. Until we will not go in these things, until we will not come out and say the things, it is the matter of nation. And for me, it is matter of my identity, which is Sindhiyat. I am proud of my Sindhiyat rather than any religion or anything.
Jeaye Hind, Jeaye Hind, Zafar ji. Thank you.
Thank you, Hema. Now I'll give the floor to Sham Badnani ji. Sham Badnani ji is a Sindhi who lives in our city, Hyderabad, and he is part of our organization, Pragna Bharati, and you know, he is your brother in terms of Sindhiyat. So, Shamji, please go ahead. Yeah.
Hari Om, Zafar bhai, Jai Jhulelal.
ख़ुशि आहियो ख़ैर
हाँ हाँ बिल्कुल ख़ुशि आहियूं साईं मां तव्हांखे पंहिंजे ॿोलीअ में हिन करे चयुमि भई ॿुधी ॿुधी तव्हां चवंदो पंहिंजो त कोई भाउ आहे हिते
न न
आहियूं
ही
त
सभु
आहियूं आहियूं
साॻी आहे
आहियूं
ही
त
सिंधी
हा,
ही
आहियूं
सिंधीअ
त
मां ई
सभु पंहिंजा भाउ हा, आहियूं
ही
सभु पाण में
ही सॼो सिंधीअ मां ई निकितल आहे ये पूरा
हाँ
सिंधी हुआ
पर
डोंट वरी
पर we lost that right of claim or pride when we became part of Pakistan न त अॼु बि असांजो राज आहे भई हिंद हैज़ कम फ्रॉम सिंध असांजो उहो राइट हुयो अधिकार हुयो त हींअर मूंखे चवणो चाहे मां हिननि खे बि जीअं सम्झ में अचे मां ॿुधायां थो अच्छा मुंहिंजी हिकिड़ी वेनिती अथव कॾहिं बि अचो हिंदुस्तान में मुंहिंजे घर अचिणो अथव रहणो अथव मूंसां तव्हांखे फुल प्यार मोहब्बत सां मिलंदासीं असां ऐं हीअ जेकी ओमेंदर आहिनि आलोक बंसल आहिनि गिरीधर जी आहिनि ॾाढो कंसर्न आहिनि साईं अवर सिंधीज़ आर मेड रोडी कपिड़ा आहिनि मकान दे आर वेल सेटल्ड but I don't know where the leadership is missing but these people are taking lot of pains they are reminding us of our valor and past एतिरे क़दर की हेमू कलानी who is considered as भगत सिंह of Sindh हुनजो स्टैच्यू बि पार्लियामेंट जे हुन में रखियल आहे next to महात्मा गांधी we had installed that few years back so I had a suggestion or you can correct me why don't Pakhtunkhwa Baluchi and Sindh and the other people who are want to free themselves from the atrocities of Pakistan they come together and form an umbrella organization and attack from all fronts I'm not saying attack in the sense of virtually physical attack you can also go for non-cooperation movement don't pay taxes at least vichar ta achan khape na you are from Dubai or out of Pakistan create platforms where all of you can come together and give some non-cooperation movement also somewhere the thing has to start so that it should irritate them it should stop them from committing all these atrocities on Sindhi girls and I last time I spoke to Ram Manjani he's an MP I think in Sindh Ram Manjani or Parwani family so even he didn't speak directly but he told his nephew ki ab baat karo then I'll come to you so all these things are hurting us and I can understand Omendraji's concern which is everybody concern like Sai Baba said आप एक कदम चलो हम 99 कदम चलेंगे तो आप जो है ना एक कदम चलिए show us the intent create some sort of non-cooperation come all of you come together muhajirs everybody तो इंडिया से भी आपको काफी बड़ा सपोर्ट मिलेगा people are only waiting to see your intent of that one step 99 steps will all come forward not a problem तव्हांजो suggestion
thank you very much Madanani ji Sai I will continue in English I think
yes
so
yes sure
actually he was saying the same thing about Omendra's G's that how we can go further and do these things. So we are working on it. Really, what we can do, we are working on it. Here, like a few days before, I have created one global Sindhi Otak, and
I am there with you.
Yeah, so like we are trying our best. We are trying our best, but like these, we need more of channels in different places. So these programs should go in Sindh. These programs go all over the world where Sindhis are living, so we can take together on these efforts. When you are saying on Baloch and Pashtuns together, last year in 2019 we did one conclave of South Asia in New York. In that one, all Pashtuns was there, Baloch was there, and Urdu speaking was there. So we discussed these all aspects and how in future we are going to work and do better things for these issues. So we are trying our best, and hopefully the things within these 4, 5, 10 years tenure, the things are going to be changed. See, before 10, 15 years before, if you look, the things start like there was no communication, there was gap, there was, and that's why I'm saying that we are happy that we have now social media mode and we are doing the things.
I would like to tell you, when I spoke to this MP Manjani, he told his nephew, "Pucho kya bolna cha rahe?" So I told him, "Why are you not helping those girls?" He said, "All of us Sindhis who are living in urban areas are well settled in Dubai. Anytime problem comes, we'll run away to Dubai." I said, "What good it is? It is happening with the people who are living in outskirts. They are very poor," he said. But now, as you told from last 10, 15 years, I am also saying, Modi hai to mumkin hai. Please do something.
That's why when Modi ji came here in Hodi Modi, I was the one person. I gave the statement on ANI, I gave a statement on Republican, that I welcome Modi ji, and I welcome giving in that statement that how the Bangladesh was liberated. We want Modi ji should come forward and liberate Sindh. So something I'm feeling that worldwide something is going to happen, and it is going to happen soon.
Definitely, sir, because this Sanatan Dharma has to prevail. क्योंकि इसी में सबका जीवन है, इसी में सब चलेंगे. Other than Sanatan Dharma, it is nothing is going to survive. जो हिसाब से demon type जो इनकी आदतें हैं ना, demons ये religion है. हमारा क्या सनातन धर्म है. We accommodate everybody.
That's why, you know, in my first hour, I told that Sindh is...
This is our Jhulelal in my puja room.
Yeah. Sindh is seen lot of religion, lot of civilizations, lot of things came in the Hind. But how much we have suffered because of this Arab invention and Muslim sickness, that is worse than that 5,000 years before.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have to understand that.
So Ominder ji is asking Zafar ji to make 2 actionable points that you want to work out on this. Yeah, once you say that, probably I can add something to that. I have a couple of views on that. Maybe Zafar ji, if you have some other, yeah. Zafar ji?
Yeah, I didn't get it. What you were saying?
Ominder ji is suggesting that you should probably mention 2 actionable points.
Oh, okay.
Right? How do you bring the cohesion between all these people?
Okay. I think first thing is that I already told that we have 3 common enemies, which is China, Pakistan, and radicalism. So we have to, I can say that it is very unlucky that Indian media have not played that much role, which was should be done, Pakistani media is more vibrant in these things. They are more vibrant in propagating the things. So actionable thing is that India should, on media, on representation, on political, on moral support, India should take its best part. And that only can be done when all these people, intellectuals, and its vibrant society will push these things. The other thing is how we can play as a personal role. I think it is better that we get connected to each other. We get more discussions to each other. We try to understand each other narratives, and that will of course help us out. So these 2 actions are much needed, I think.
Yeah, sure. I mean, while these interconnectivity between all your movements is important, I think each one of you fight for a different cause. For instance, PTM is not asking for independence. At least officially, they are not asking for independence.
No, but we are. When we was in New York, Gulalai was there, and everyone was there. We even
correct,
here.
Correct. The common enemy is Pakistan, but their cause is different. They are saying we want autonomy, or we want our rights to be restored, right? Whereas Balochistan and Sindh are asking for your own independences. So individually the causes are different, but your common enemy is Pakistan. So on one platform, maybe you can come together, but then each one of you should fight your own causes. But you know, again, for the audience here, I'm saying that some of the names that we have brought on the platform of Pragna Bharati, we have actually, a Sindhi activist has given contact of a POJK activist, or a POJK activist has given us contact of a Baluchi activist. So there is at the back end this kind of a relationship going on, but for some strategic reason, they are not coming on single platform all the time. They are probably fighting their individual battles whenever they are fighting. I think this is happening, but the final push, whenever it happens, I think we should wait for it. My suggestion, Alok ji and Omender ji and Zafar ji and others, is on the fact that I think India, like we had the CAA, Citizenship Amendment Act, we need to come up with an act or an amendment to the Citizenship Amendment where we say whoever rejects the two-nation theory and whoever accepts the concept of Akhanda Bharat will get Indian citizenship. So why should India not give citizenship to somebody like Zafar ji, or Mir Salim ji, or even Tariq Fateh ji, or so many of these people who are espousing the cause of extended Akhanda Bharat and Sanatana Dharma, but the Indian government doesn't give them even stay permits or work permits here because they hold Pakistani passports or they're of Pakistani origin. I think the mindset in India has to change. In fact, even people in POK and Gilgit-Baltistan, though we claim that they are Indians, they find it so difficult to come to India. I think, this is something which we need to seriously look at it. You have to hit Pakistan where it hurts the most, the concept of Pakistan. The moment you hit them at the concept of Pakistan, you would suddenly see Shoaib Malik and everybody wanting, queuing up for Indian citizenship. Suddenly they will start disowning Pakistan. All the elite, when they disown Pakistan, then Pakistan collapses internally automatically. Economically it is collapsing, but then, theologically, intellectually, we need to hurt them most. I think that's a suggestion which I've been espousing for a while. And thanks, Omenderji, for accepting my suggestion. Next, I think we're getting late. Let's close it fast. Tulsi Danjani ji, please go ahead. Tulsi ji.
Hello, Zafar Sahito.
जी सही
साईं Jeaye Sindh
सदा जी देश सही सदा जी
हाँ कीअं आहियो तव्हां
जी जबरदस्त जबरदस्त सही
तव्हां जो ॿुधायो the meeting we are having today, this should be more frequent, I think.
That's why I suggested that we should be more vibrant on the social media and these things.
And one more suggestion is that people like you who are living out of Sindh must come and visit India.
Of course.
To create awareness among the Sindhi Hindus. Because there is a gap of communication between Sindhi from Sindh and Sindhi from India. Okay? And many Sindhi Hindu consider that they were cheated by Sindhis in Sindh. Which is not correct. So that gap is created by Pakistani army and ISI. The agenda was just to create a gap between us. Even in Sindh, they are creating gap between Hindu Sindhi and Muslim Sindhi. Whereas we always say we are Sindhi, we are no Hindu, no Muslim, we are Sindhi.
We are Sindhi. That's one also.
You people should be more active. Come to India, send your people to India. They should go and meet panchayats in each and every city. Also, Sindhis are living in more than 100 countries of the globe. And many Sindhis are ready to help you, but they don't know to whom to help and what to help. And when they see that atrocities are being committed on Hindus. They don't allow them to make temples. They kidnap their daughters, minor daughters, and they don't see any protest on large scale. So my suggestion is, if you people can tell Sindhis over there that whenever there is a atrocity on a minority community, come in large numbers so that it should come in media. Hello?
Yes, sir. I'm
Yeah.
listening.
So it should come in media on international level. This way you will see the Hindus of Sindhi living out of Sindh will come and help you to fulfill our dreams, which is next year in Sindh.
Sai, actually, he was saying about that we Sindhi should visit to India. 2 years before, I had we had a meeting. Actually, I couldn't quite hear you. Could you please repeat? I had a meeting with Dada Vaswani in New York. So that time also we talked about these things that we should visit and I said him that it is my dream that by barefoot I will go to each city and each village of India where Sindhis are living, and I will say them that come out of that angriness and what happened, mistakes, what was, it was neither us, neither yours, it was all engineered military's game. So come out of that vengeance and let's claim our own land. Let's claim our land. So same way I'm working here with a lot of Sindhi Hindus from Europe, also from America, everywhere. I am trying my best, and hopefully within 2-3 years I will visit over there also.
You are most welcome, and send other people also, more volunteers.
Sure, sir. Sure.
And the more you cover India,
we will ask Gradarji that ask Indian government that give us the visas.
Yeah, that is the biggest problem. You not get visas. Visas, the moment you have a Pakistani passport, and that too if you're a Muslim, end of story. You're not going to get visa. Forget it. The distrust is at the operational level, at an organizational level, at a governmental level. Even if you hold a Canadian passport or a British passport and you are born in Pakistan, you are not entitled to an Indian visa automatically. I think Hema ji, who just now spoke, she just put up a message. One of her Sindhi friends was rejected visa 8 times by Indian government. So I mean, we are all sitting in India, so we don't understand it. It is very, very, very tough to get Indian passport, Indian visa. It's not easy at all. Ominderji knows it fully well, because the people who are coming there into India come through a very, very difficult process, and then by the time they reach here, they're completely exhausted. And those that don't make coming here, probably they have no choice but to convert. So it's a very tough regime. India needs to change. The mindset in India has to change. It's a different world altogether. Ominderji, you wanted to say something? Yeah.
Just a very small request to Zafarji. I've already written it, but to speak it to him personally, he should start penning down good articles. He's articulate. He's extremely intelligent. He's extremely perceptive. So I know he will be able to word his sentences, craft his sentences perfectly. We need to read him more in Bharat. Hindus of Bharat need to read him more. For that matter, even Muslims of Bharat need to know him, read him more. That if he can actually conceptualize Adam and Eve, Shiva and Parvati, it brought tears into my eyes when he said that 90% of the Hindus will never even think about like that. So my hat off to him. But on the actionable point, I want him to piece articles which we will spread in the Indian social media. This is something which will go a very long way in setting up our narrative and consequently fulfilling our dream of breaking up Pakistan.
I have many articles on actually I am writing on Ramayana also in Sindhi language that our Sindhi people living in Sindh they can understand. but it is not Devanagari, it is Arabic Sindhi I am writing over there. So the thing is that I have lot of articles. I have to translate them into English. So I will hopefully do work on that one, that thing. I will do work.
No, I want you to write political articles. You know,
Oh,
but religious articles is good. But from a perspective of a Sindhi Muslim who is inclined to Sanatan Dharma, who cares about the Hindu genocide that's going on, so that you earn the respect of the Hindu establishment. That's what I meant.
Sure.
Thanks.
I have a lot. I will send you, no problem.
Yeah, do that. Please do that. Please do that.
Thank you, Omenderji, for that suggestion. I think before I hand it over to my friend Chandrasekharji for the vote of thanks, my one suggestion to my friends, the Sindhi friends in India. The point is.
Sorry, can I just take the water? One second.
Please go ahead. Yeah. So to my Sindhi friends, Tulsi ji and Sham Madani ji and others, see, the point is you are not actually presenting yourself as Sindhis in India. You are either a Hyderabadi or a Delhiite or you're a Mumbaikar or a Bangalorean or whatever, but you are not a Sindhi anymore. Though your name suggests you're a Sindhi, you're probably, that is something which is like the Jews, for 1,000 years they said next year in Jerusalem. Like that, you have to keep saying next year in Tarbela or next year in Karachi. And second thing is, you ask any Sindhi, where is he from? At least the next generation is completely forgotten. They would probably say we are from Karachi. It's very easy to say we are from Karachi. But which village did you come from? Nobody knows. How 10, 5, 4 generations back, nobody knows. So what are you going to teach your next generation? I think the Sindhi movement has to happen in India. You would have to really focus on, I've been telling Shyamji for quite some time now, you have to bring all of you on one platform. You'll have to really focus on bringing the Sindhi culture. You have to live like Sindhis in India. Show the rest of India that this is our culture. You don't even wear the Sindhi uniforms or whatever it is. The Julelal programs are not celebrated. Maybe you're doing it within your community in a very small way. But that has to happen like, Ganpati Papa programs or, Diwali's kind of a stuff. It should become the narrative of this nation. That is not happening. And politically also, I said you should come together on one platform and demand 1 or 2 seats for you in Indian Parliament. Because in the partition, Punjab was partitioned, Kashmir, for whatever reason, it's partitioned, Bengal is partitioned, but entire Sindh has gone to Pakistan. You're not even part of Sindh is with India. So you are displaced from land not by your choice, but by somebody else's decision. So you should demand of this government, of this country, that you need a representation. So please come together and then fight politically, religiously, culturally. Once you are united, then it's easy for you to connect across the borders also. That is my sincere suggestion. And Pragna Bharati can give you a platform. We can be of any assistance in case you need it from us. Right? With those words, I think I will hand it over to Chandrasekharji for proposing a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Gitaji. Namaste, Zafarji.
Namaskar.
Yeah, we all have listened to you. Thanks so much for the presentation. To begin with, actually, you mentioned about your language, sir. We respect your humbleness. Language and accent, they're not important in such instances, Zafarji. Feeling and emotion are very important in communication. We have thoroughly understood your concerns and wishes. Apparently, most of the history we get to read is not the real history, and it is actually at the discretion of the historians with their own motives. As the people concerned, we all need to relook, research, and dig out the real history. Pragna Bharati, as part of our ongoing activities, we try to focus on understanding the real history, real narratives, and bring it to the forefront. And we invite people like you from surrounding regions to hear the reality as we understand. And we actually understood the hardships actually you're going through back home. And it gave us a clearer picture than from what we read and what we heard so far. You actually provided a lot of food for thought to ponder upon. We stand together in your aspirations, Zafarji. Thanks so much for being with us and sharing your first-hand information. Thanks so much. And also, I take this opportunity to thank all the audience who have been with us and supporting us. Thank you. Thank you, Zafarji.
Chandraji, your name Chandra is my favorite name. One of my
thanks so much. Thanks so much.
Chandra. So whenever we walked on Dubai sites walk, I said, oh, look at Chandra. Chandra is shining in the sky. Anyway, thank you.
Thanks so much.
About these words. I'm so really happy.
Thank you all, and we will probably have more opportunities to interact with our Sindhi friends inside India and outside India to build this narrative as we go forward. Thank you all so much. Namaste.
Okay. Namaskar. Take care, everyone. Stay home. Be careful.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you.
Namaste. Bharat Mata ki Jai.
Bharat
Bharat Mata ki Jai.